Stuti Satakam 21 to 30. सरसवचसां वीची लीची भवल मधुमाधुरी भरितभुवना कीर्तिर्मूर्तिर्मनोभवजित्वरी जननि मनसो योग्यं भोग्यं नृणां तव जायते कथमिव विना काञ्ची भूषे कटाक्षतरङ्गितम्.
Sarasavachasam Vichi Nichi Bhavan Madhu Madhuri. Again, Kathameva Vina Kanchi Bhushe Kataksha Tarangitam. Let us start with that. Kanchi Bhushe, she is the very ornament of Kanchipuram, of her Kataksha Tarangitam, the waves of sidelong glance. Katham Vina Iva. Without that, without the waves of sidelong glance of the ornament of Kanchi, who is Devi, without that, what will happen? Sarasavachasam Nichi, Nichi Bhavan, Madhu Madhuri. Sarasavachasam, very sweet words. Vichi, the waves of sweet words. Nichi Bhavan, Madhu Madhuri. Nichi Bhavan means putting down the sweetness of honey, putting down the sweetness of honey, such sweet words, the waves of sweet words. How will it happen? Kathamiva vina. Without your sidelong glance, how will it happen? That is the question. Katham, how? How will it happen? He is describing one by one. Bharita bhuvana kirtihi. Fame which is extending all over the world. How will it happen? If somebody is experiencing fame extending all over the world, it is only due to your kataksha. Murtihi manobhava jitvari. Manobhava is manmatha. Murtihi form surpassing that of Manmatha, Jitvari surpassing, defeating. If you have such a beautiful form which defeats even Manmatha's form, actually it is due to Kataksha of Devi. Janani, O mother, Manaso yogyam bhogyam nrinam tava jayate. Manaso nrinam for people, Manasaha yogyam bhogyam, that pleasure, bhogyam is pleasure, that pleasure which is suitable for the mind, that is agreeable to the mind. Pleasure is agreeable to the mind. Jayate. How will it happen? How will all these things happen? Vina kataksha tarangitam. Without your waves of kataksha, katham. How will it happen? That is, the waves of sweet words, putting down the sweetness of honey, fame extending all over the world, form defeating the beauty of the handsomeness of Manmatha, pleasures agreeable to the mind. How all these things will happen without the waves of Kataksha, O ornament of Kanchi, O Devi.
Brahmarita sarit kulaha Nihilotpala prabhaya bhaya Nata janata makhandi Tundirasimni vijrumbhate Achalatapasa Pakaprasuna sharazana Pratibhata manohari Nari kulaika shikha mani.
Now, Devi is described as, last line, Nari Kula Eka Shikhamani. Shikhamani is the ornament worn on the head. As you know, women wear different kinds of ornaments on the head. Now, in Ramana, we come across Chudamani of Sita. It is the same. Chudamani, Shikhamani, both mean the same. That is the ornament worn on the head. Nari Kula Eka Shikhamani. She is the unique ornament for the groups of women, for the class of women, not group, for the class of women. For the class of women, she is the unique head ornament. She is the chief. So that, what is the description of the chief? Brahmarita sarit kulaha nilotpala prabhaya abhaya. Prabhaya, abhaya is prabhaya bhaya. Nilotpala prabhaya. Nilotpala is blue lotus. Blue lotus, the shine of the blue lotus, her body has the shine of the blue lotus. The shine is coming twice. Prabha is also shine. Abha is also shine. That is why some women you might have seen, some people have called themselves Prabha, some people call themselves Abha. Both mean the same actually. Prabhaya, Abhaya. She, her Abha, her shine is the shine of Nilotpala, the blue lotus. And with that shine, what does she do? Brahmarita Saritkulaha. Saritkula, the bank of the river. Brahmarita, Brahmara is bees. The bank of the river is full of bees. Obviously, the river is Kampa river. Brahmarita Saritkulaha, Nilotpala Prabhaya Abhaya, Natajana Tamakhandi. Tamakhandi, remover of darkness. Tamaha Khandi. Khandanam we have seen before, removal. Criticism, removal is Khandanam. So, remover of darkness of people who prostrate to her, Natajana. Tundira Themni Vijrumbhate. She is shining in the area of Tundira. The Kanchipura area up to Tirupati is called Tundira Mandala. Tondai Mandala in Tamil, Tundira Mandala in Sanskritam. Because there was a Raja called Tundira Raja who was the king in that area. After his name, the whole area is called Tundira Mandala. So Tundira Themni, in the area of Tundira, she is shining. Achala tapasam ekaha pakaha. Achala is mountain. The pakaha, the fruition, ekaha pakaha, the unique fruition of the tapas of the mountain, that is Himavan. The unique fruition of the austerities performed by Himavan. Prasuna Sharasana Pratibhata Manohari. Prasuna Sharasana is Manmatha. Prasuna is flower. Flower arrows, flower arrows being used by Manmatha. Prasuna Sharasana is Manmatha. Pratibhata, enemy of Manmatha, that is Seva. Manohari, she is taking away the mind. She robs the mind. Manohari, she robs the mind. That means what? She enchants, she deludes the mind of Shiva, who is the enemy of Manmatha, who holds flowers as his arrows. She is the unique head ornament of the class of women. She, by her shine, which is the shine of the blue lotus, she makes the area of the banks of the Kampa river full of bees, and she removes the darkness of those who prostrate to her, and she is shining in the area of Tundira Raja, Tundira Mandala, and she is the unique fruition of the tapas of Himavan, and she is the enchantress of the mind of the enemy of Manmatha, who holds flowers as his arrows.
मधुरवचसो मन्दस्मेरा मतङ्गजगामिनः तरुणिमजुषस्तापिञ्चाभाः तमः परिपन्थिनः कुचभरनता कुर्युः भद्रं कुरङ्गविलोचनाः कलितकरुणा काञ्ची भाजक Kapali Magotsavaha.
Again, the form of Devi is described, everything in plural, because it is so glorious, so everything he is putting in plural. Madhura Vachasaha, her speech is very sweet. Mandas Mera, she is having very gentle, beautiful smile. Matangaja Gaminaha, Matangaja is elephant. Gaminaha, having the gait of the elephant. Tarunima Jushaha, she is delighting in her youth. She is delighting, Tarunima is youth. Jushaha, delighting. She is delighting in her youth. Tapichabhaha, Tamah Paripanthinaha. Tapichabhaha, with her shine, which is like the Tamala flower, we have seen before. Her black shine is like the Tamala. Tamala tree is often compared to Vishnu. So here also it is same. The Tamala flower, shine of the Tamala flower, by that shine, she is removing darkness. Tamaha Paripanthinaha. Paripanthi is enemy. She is the enemy of darkness by the shine of her Tamala flower. Kuchabhara Nataha. Because of her heavy bosom, she is having a little stoop in her body. Nataha means a little stooping down because of the heavy bosom. Bhadram kuryuhu, let all this perform auspiciousness to me. Let all this become auspicious to me. Bhadram kuryuhu. Bhadram is auspiciousness. Then further, Kuranga Vilochanaha. Vilochana is eyes. Eyes like a deer. Kuranga is deer, like a deer, because women's eyes are compared to deer. Kuranga Vilochanaha. Kalita Karunaha. Having Karuna always. Having compassion always. Kanchi Bhajaha. Having resorted to Kanchi. Having come to Kanchi. Kapali Mahotsavaha, festival of Kapali, festival of Shiva. Kapali is Shiva, festival of Shiva, delight of Shiva. Festival means what? Delight. Something which brings delight to you is a festival. So, great festival, Mahotsava, the great festival of Shiva, full of sweet speech, gentle smile, gentle gait like an elephant, enjoying her youth, removing darkness by her shine, which is like a tamala flower, having a stoop because of her heavy bosom, having eyes like deer, compassion, full of compassion, has resorted to Kanchi. This is the great festival of Shiva. Let this figure bring auspiciousness to me. Kuryuhu Bhadram. To me is intended, hidden meaning. Bhadram, let this bring auspiciousness to me.
कमलसुषमा कक्ष्यारोहे विचक्षणवीक्षणः कुमुदसुकृतक्रीडा चूडालकुन्तलबन्धुरः रुचिररुचिविस्तापिञ्च श्रीप्रपञ्चनचुञ्चवः पुरविजयिनः कम्पातीरे स्फुरन्ति मनोरथः.
Again, similar descriptions. Kamala Sushama Aksha Arohe Vichakshana Vikshanaha. Vikshanaha, her looks. Vichakshana, they are experts. Her looks are experts in what? Kamala Sushama Kaksha. Kaksha is wrongly printed here. Ka is missing. Kamala Sushama Kaksha Rohe. Kaksha is class. You must have seen. Kaksha we use for students' classes in the school. That kaksha, this kaksha, like that. Kamala Sushama kaksha. If you put all the lotuses in a class, if you put all the lotuses in a student's class, their shine, their beauty, arohe, that means it surpasses the beauty. In a whole class of shine of lotuses, this shine of the eyes of Devi are experts in climbing up. Arohe means climbing up, going up. Surpassing. Kumuda Sukruta Krida Chudala Kuntala Bandhuraha. Bandhura means charming. Kuntala is hair. She is having hair charming with Chudala, some ornament in her head. Chuda is on the top of the head is Chuda. Kuntala is hair, Chuda is top of the head. Bandhura, beautiful ornament. What is the beautiful ornament? Krida, that is playing there. Kumuda Sukruta Krida. Kumuda is lily. Sukruta is merit. Merit of lily. What is the merit of lily? That is Chandra. Because Chandra is associated with lily, which is the one which blossoms in the night. Kumuda blossoms in the night, lily, as opposed to lotus, which blossoms during the daytime. So these are the favorite two flowers of the poets for the day and night. So Kumuda Sukruta is Chandra, Krida. He is playing in the head as an ornament in the hair. Ruchira Ruchibhihi Tapiksha Shri Prapanchana Chunchavaha. Ruchira Ruchibhihi. Very enchanting shine. Her body is having enchanting shine. All plural. Tapiksha Shri. What kind of shine? It is like a tamala flower again. Tapiksha Shri. The glory of tamala flower by her shine. Shri Prapanchana Tapiksha Shri. Prapanchana Chunchavaha. Chunchava means experts. Expert in spreading. Prapanchana is spreading. she is able to, she is an expert in spreading the glory of her beautiful shine of her form like a tamala flower. That means when she comes, the whole area becomes glorious, shining. That is the indirect meaning. Puravijayanaha manorathaha kampatire puranti. Now, what is all this being described? All this being described is because he has not said what has been described in the 3 lines. He has given the description. What is that? Puravijayanaha manorathaha. Puravijayi is Shiva, of Shiva, who is the Tripurari, of Shiva manorathaha, his dreams, puranti, shining on the banks of Kampa river. Her dreams have taken a form on the banks of Kampa river and they are shining. And this Devi, Vikshana, her sidelong glance, her eyes, her looks are experts in topping up, in going on the top in the class of the shines of lotuses. And she is having as an ornament on her head, a beautiful ornament, which is the moon, which is the merit of lilies, which is playing there on her head. And she is an expert in spreading all over the place the shine of her form like a Kamala flower. And she is the very dream of Shiva, and she is shining on the banks of river Kampa.
कलितरतयः काञ्ची लीलाविधौ कविमण्डली वचनलहरी वासन्तीनां वसन्तविभूतयः कुशलविधये भूयासुः मे कुरङ्गविलोचनः कुसुमविशिखारातेः अक्ष्णां कुतूहलविभ्रमः
Kalitaratayaha Kanchi Leela Vidhau. Kanchi Leela Vidhau. In the process of sporting in Kanchipuram. In the process of sporting in Kanchipuram, Rati, Kalita Ratayaha. Rati is having excessive attachment. Rati is excessive attachment. Kalita is having excessive attachment in sporting in Kanchipuram. Kavi Mandali Vachana Lahari Vasantinam Vasanta Vibhutayaha. Kavi Mandali, for groups of poets, Vachana, their poems, their speech, their words, Lahari, which comes in the form of waves, that is being described as Vasanti. Vasanti is a kind of jasmine flower, Vasanti flower. If you take the waves of poems which are coming out of the groups of poets as flowers, Vasanti flowers, for those flowers, she is Vasanta Vibhuti, spring season. She is the spring season, the glory of the spring. Vibhuti is glory. Glory of the spring season for the Vasanti flowers, which are the waves of speech, waves of poems brought out by the groups of poets. Kuranga Vilochanaha, we have seen before, with eyes like deer. Kusuma Vishikaratehe Akshnam Kutuhala Vibhramaha. Kusuma Vishikaratehe. Kusuma Vishikha. Vishikha is arrow, flower arrow, that is Manmatha. Arati is enemy, that is Shiva. Enemy of Shiva, who is enemy of Manmatha. Akshnam, for his eyes. Kutuhala Vibhramaha. Kutuhala is excessive delight, excessive happiness. Vibhramaha, it is so much excessive that his head starts swooning. Shiva's head starts swooning. He doesn't even know where he is. That kind of Brahma, that kind of swooning effect it creates. That is the description of Devi. She is having excessive attachment to sporting in Kanchi. She is having the glory of spring season for the Vasanti flowers of the waves of poems coming out of groups of poets. She is having eyes like deer, and she causes delusion, delightful delusion to the eyes of Shiva, who is the enemy of Manmatha, who is having flowers as arrows. Kushala Vidhaye Bhuyasuhu. Let that form, let it be for my kshema, for my well-being, kushala vidhaye, for my well-being, bhuyasuhu, let it become. Let it become for my well-being. That is the prayer.
कबलिततमस्काण्डाः तुण्डीरमण्डलमण्डनाः सरसिजवनीसन्तानानाम् अरुन्धुतशेखरः नयनसरणेर्नेदीयांसः कदानुभवन्ति मे तरुणजलदश्यामः शम्भोस्तपःफलविभ्रमः
Kabalita tamaskandaha. Tamaskanda we have seen before, mass of darkness, mass of ignorance. Kanda is mass. Tamaskandaha, mass of everything has been given in plural to bring out the glory of Devi. Tamaskandaha, mass of darkness. Kabalita means swallowing. That means removing. Removing the remover of the mass of darkness. That is the first attribute. Second attribute, Tundira Mandala Mandanaha. We have seen before, Mandana means decorating, being an ornament. She is an ornament of Tundira Mandala. She is a decoration of Tundira Mandala, the area of Tundira Mandala. Sarasija Vani Santananam Aruntuda Shekharaha. Sarasija Vani. Vani and Vana both mean the same, forest. Sarasija Vani, lotus forest, forest of lotuses. Santananam, Santana here refers to a series, a row, many rows of forests of lotuses. For them, Aruntuda means tormentor, one who torments, one who troubles. Who is the tormentor for lotus? Moon. So moon, Chandra Shekharaha, instead of saying all that, they are saying Sarasijavani Santananam Aruntuda Shekharaha, having Chandra on her head. Nayana Saraner Nedi Yamsaha Kadanu Bhavanti Me Taruna Jalada Shamaha. Another attribute, Taruna Jalada Shamaha. Jalada is cloud. Taruna means young cloud, that means heavily water-bearing cloud. Freshly formed, heavily water-bearing cloud. Taruna Jalada Shamaha, black. Black like the heavily water-bearing cloud. Like the heavily water-bearing cloud is eager to pour out the water. That is how our Devi is also eager to pour out her compassion. Taruna Jalada Shamaha. Shambhoho Tapaha Phala Vibhramaha. Shambhoho of Shiva. Tapah Phala, the fruit of his tapas, has taken this form, because he also performed tapas to attain Parvati. That is there in the Purana itself. Just as Parvati did tapas to attain Shiva, Shiva also did tapas as Dakshinamurti to attain Parvati. So Shambhoho Tapaphala, she is the fruit of tapas of Shiva. Vibhramaha, Vibhrama means causing delight as well as unsteadiness. Delight, it means both things. He is extremely delighted, and so much of delight he becomes a little unsteady. So Satya Devi Nayana Saranehe Nediyam Saha Kadanu Bhavanti Me. Me Nayana Saranehe, my path of the eyes. Sarani is path. Sarani, path. Nayana, eyes. Me Nayana Saranehe, my path of the eyes. Nediyam Saha. Nediyam Saha means very near, so that I can see her. So that I can see. When will she come near my eye path? Kadanu Bhavanti. Kada means when. When at all. Kadanu Bhavanti will become. When at all she will become, Devi of this description will become very near to the path of my eyes. Nayana Saranehe Nediyam Saha. If you recall, Adi Shankara has sung a stotra in praise of Jagannatha, Puri Jagannatha. There he says, Jagannatha Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatume. Same, similar idea he is saying there. Nayana Pathagami, one who crosses the path of my eyes, one who comes close to my path of my eyes. Jagannatha Swami Bhavatu me. May Jagannatha, Swami Jagannatha come. Similarly, when this Devi of this description will come close to the path of my eyes, Devi who removes mass of darkness, who is a decoration for Tundira Mandala, who wears on her head moon, who torments rows of forests of lotuses, and who is black like rain-bearing, heavily rain-bearing, water-bearing, fresh cloud, and who is the fruit of tapas of Shambhu, of Seva, causing him extreme delight and even unsteadiness. When such a Devi will come close to my path.
अचरममिषुं दीनं मीनध्वजस्य मुखश्रिया सरसिजभुवो यानं म्लानं गतेन च मञ्जुना त्रिदश सदसामल्नं खिल्नं गिरा च वितन्वती तिलकयति सा कम्पातीरं त्रिलोचनसुन्दरी
Acharamam Yushum Deenam Meenadhvajasya Mukhashriya. Meenadhvajasya Acharamam Yushum. Who is Meenadhvaja? Manmatha. His flag has got fish as the emblem. That is why he is called Meenadhvaja. So Manmatha's issue is arrow. Acharamam is not the last. Charamam is last. Acharamam is not the last. That means the first. The first arrow of, he has got 5 arrows, and the first arrow is lotus. So, making lotus, that is the meaning. Making lotus, Mukhashriya Deenam, making lotus faded, withered, poor by the glory of her, by the radiance of her face. By the radiance of her face, Devi makes lotus poor, impoverished, faded. Lotus is the last of the arrows, first of the arrows of Manmatha, not the last of the arrows of Manmatha. Sarasijubho yanam malanam gatena cha manjuna. Similarly, she just now impoverished the lotus. Now she is going to impoverish one more thing, that is Hamsa. Sarasijabhavaha yanam. Sarasijabhava is Brahma. Sarasijabhava, one who is born on lotus, born of lotus, that is Sarasija is lotus. Born of lotus, that is Brahma. Brahma's yanam, yanam is vehicle. Brahma's vehicle is Hamsa, swan. That swan is being made mlanam. Mlanam means dejected. Mlanam is dejected, melancholy, sad. The Hamsa becomes sad. Why? Manjuna gatena cha. Devi, beautiful gait. Manju, beautiful, enchanting. Enchanting gait makes the Hamsa fade, emaciated, melancholy, sad. Tridasha sadasam annam khinnam giracha vitanvati. Tridasha is Devas. Tridasha always means Devas. Sadas, the assembly of Devas. Tridasha sadasam, of the assembly of Devas. Why they are called Tridashas? They have only 3 dashas, 3 states. Birth, childhood, and youth. They never become old. They are always at 16. They are born, they are children, and then they become youth. That is why they are called Tridashas. Unlike us, we become old. Unlike humans. Tridasha Sadasam, of the assembly of Devas, Annam, their food. What is their food? Amrita. Amrita is their food. Amrita becomes khinnam. Khinnam means again dejected. Amrita becomes dejected. Why? Giracha vitanvati, making it dejected. Vitanvati. Khinnam vitanvati, making it dejected. By her, how? Giracha, by her words. Her words contain so much of sweetness that on hearing her words, Devas do not like to eat Amrita anymore. That is the idea. See, only when you don't have something sweet to hear, you go and eat some sweet. This is the standard poet's way of looking at things. Tiruvallur also says something like this in Tirukkural. So, only when there is something not there, which is sweet to hear, you go and enjoy your sweet eating dish. So here, the eating dish, sweet eating dish of Amrita, of Deva, that Amrita becomes dejected, sad, because of the sweetness of the words of speech of Devi. Trilochana Sundari, the consort of Shiva. Trilochana is Shiva with three eyes. Sundari, beautiful consort. Tha, that kind of Devi. Kampatiram Tilakayati. She is like a tilaka, like a mark on the forehead of the banks of Kampa river. Banks of Kampa river are beautiful because of Devi being there, not because of Kampa itself. That is the idea. So she makes lotus, which is the first of the arrows of Manmatha, she makes it sad, melancholy, poor by her radiance of the face. Similarly, she makes the Hamsa, the swan, the vehicle of Brahma born in lotus, by she makes it dejected, sad by her enchanting gait, and she makes the Amrita, the food of the assembly of Devas, again sad by the sweetness of her speech. And she is the beautiful consort of Trilochana Shiva, and she is like a tilaka, like the ornament on the forehead of the banks of Kampa river.
Janani bhuvane chankram yeham kiyantam anekasam kupurusha brashtaihi dushtair danair rudaram bharihi taruna karune tandra shunye tarangayalochane namati mayite kinchit Kanchi Puri Mani Deepike.
Prayer addressed to the last line, Kanchi Puri Mani Deepike, the lamp, the gem-studded lamp of the city of Kanchi Puri. Now, what is the prayer? Janani, O mother, Bhuvane Chankram Yeham Hiyantam Anehasam. Bhuvane, in this world, Aham Chankram Ye, I have been roaming around, I have been moving around, wandering around, moving from birth to birth in this world. Chankram Yeham, Kiyantam Anehasam, how long? Kiyantam is how much? Anehasam, time. How much time? How long? How long will I keep roaming around in this world, O mother? And while roaming around, what happens to me? Kupurusha kara bhrashtaihi, dushtaihi, dhanaihi, udaram bharihi. Udaram bharihi, I fill my belly. Udara is belly. I fill my belly with what? With dhanaihi, with the wealth. What kind of wealth fills my belly? Kupurusha kara bhrashtaihi, dushtaihi. Dushtaihi, evil wealth. Wealth earned by evil means, and got from whom? Kupurusha, evil persons, karabhrashtaihi, fallen from their hands. Dhana, wealth, which has fallen, which has dropped from the hands of evil persons, and the wealth itself is evil, dushtaihi. That kind of wealth is what I am using for filling my belly. So how long will I keep roaming around in this world? Taruna karune, chandra shunye, tarangaya lochane, namati majite kinchit, kanchi puri, mani deepike. Taruna karune can be used as an address. Chandra shunye can also be used as an address. They can also be used as adjectives for lochane. We will see it now. Taruna karune, young in compassion. What is young in compassion? That means you never become tired of showing your compassion. Array, this fellow has been coming to me 1,000 times. How many times should I show compassion to him? That kind of feeling never comes to you. Your karuna is always karuna, ever young. Your compassion is ever young, ever fresh. Chandra shunye, without laziness, very active. I don't even have to complete my prayer, you grant that prayer. That kind of active blessing you are giving. That is Chandra Shunye, free from Chandra, free from laziness. So, lochane tarangaya, your eyes, the wave of your eyes, put on me. Tarangaya is a verb. Taranga is a noun. Tarangaya is a verb. Verb is put on me. Show your waves on. Direct your waves to me. Which waves? Waves of the eyes. That means glance of your eyes. Direct your wavy glance of your eyes, which are, you can say it as adjective also. These Karuna Karuni and Tandra Sonya. The waves are how? They are always fresh in compassion and they are always free from laziness, always active. Kinchit, a little bit. You don't have to show all your compassion, all your sidelong glance on me. You can reserve it for other people. You just show me a little bit. Kinchit. To whom? Mayi namati. I am worshipping you. I, who is the worshipper, who am the worshipper, you please show. Show what? Te lochane, your eyes. So actually, similar prayer is there in Subramanya Bhujangam also. Adi Shankara says to Subramanya, why don't you show your sidelong glance a little bit? You have got 12 eyes. A little bit sidelong glance to me. Ka hani he is asking. What is the hani for you? What do you lose by showing your little bit compassion, compassionate glance at me? So similar expression is here. So he says, Kanchi Puri Mani Deepike, O lamp, O gem-studded lamp of city of Kanchi, O mother, how long will I keep roaming about in this world, filling my belly with evil wealth, fallen from the hands of evil people, and please direct your eyes, the waves of your eyes, which are full of fresh compassion, always free from laziness, little bit of your waves on me who is worshipping you.
मुनिजनमनपेटी रत्नं स्फुरत्करुणानटी विहरणकलागेहं काञ्चीपुरी मणिभूषणं जगति महतो मोहव्याधे नृणां परमौषधं पुरहरदृशां साफल्यं मे पुरपरिजृम्भता.
Munijana Manaha Peti Ratnam. Devi is a gem securely kept inside a treasure box, Peti box. Which treasure box? Munijana Manaha, the minds of yogis, munis. The gem kept securely in the box of the minds of munis. Purat Karunanati Viharana Kala Geham. Purat, always shining, always coming out, karuna, compassion. That always coming out compassion is compared to a nati. A nati means a girl who is dancing, a dancer girl. Viharana kalageham, for the dancer girl, viharana, for sporting, kalageham, art house. She needs a place where to display her art, isn't it? A stage to display her art. That stage is Devi's form. Devi's form is the stage, is the art house for the sport of the dancer who is the shining compassion. That means she is full of compassion. Kanchi Puri Mani Bhushanam. She is the gem-studded ornament of the city of Kanchi. Jagati Mahato Moha Vyahehe Nrunam Paramaushadham. Jagati, in this world, Nrunam of people, Mahato Mohavyadhehe, Mohavyadhi, the disease of delusion, disease of not perceiving what is right and what is wrong. That is Mohavyadhi. That disease is Mahata, very great. It is dispersed all over the world. It catches everyone. There is no one who is exception to that. So Mahato Mohavyadhehe, for that Vyadhi, for that disease, Devi is Parama Aushadham, supreme medicine for that Vyadhi. Purahara Drisham Safalyam, for the eyes of Shiva, Purahara Drisham, for the eyes of Shiva, she is Safalyam. The eyes of Shiva have attained their fruit. The eyes of Shiva have attained their fruit. That kind of Devi, Me Puraha Barijrimbhatam, Me Puraha, in front of me, Barijrimbhatam, shine. shine very much. May that Devi shine in front of me very much, who is a gem in the jewel box, a jewel in the jewel box of the minds of Munis, and she is the odd house where the dancer of ever ejecting, ever coming out, Karuna, is sporting, and she is the ornament or gem-studded ornament of the city of Kanchi, and she is the supreme medicine for the great delusion, which is the disease of all people in all the world. And she is the ultimate fruit of the eyes of Shiva. Let her shine in front of me. That is the prayer.
मुनिजन मनोधाम्ने दाम्ने वचोमय जाह्नवी हिमगिरितटप्राक् भारायाक्षराय परात्मने विहरणजुषे काञ्ची देशे महेश्वरलोचन धृतय सरसक्रीडा सौधाङ्गनाय नमो नमः.
Munijana Manodhamne Dhamne. The second Dhama is Jyoti, light. The first Dhama is the place, the abode. She is the light which lights up the abode of the minds of Munis. Munijana Manodhamne Dhamne. Vachomaya Janhavi Himagiri Tata Pradbharaya. Vachomaya Janhavi. Janhavi is Ganga, as we all know. She is the daughter of Jannu Maharshi, so she is known as Janhavi. So Ganga, Vachomaya, the word Devi's speech is like Ganga. Devi's speech is like Ganga. Now that for that Ganga, Himagiri Tata Pragbharaya. Himagiri Tata, the slopes of Himagiri, slopes of the mountain of Himavan, Pragbharaya, free-flowing. The slopes, Pragbhara is the slopes. Himagiri Tata is the area of Himagiri. In the area of Himagiri, the slopes, Pragbharaya, where the waters can flow freely. That is Devi's form. Aksharaya Paratmane. Akshara is Akshara Brahman. There is a description in the Bhagavad Gita. Akshara, Bhagavan is always described as Akshara. Akshara means there is never any decay. Kshara is decay. There is never any decay. She is ever fresh. Paratmane, Supreme Paramatma. Viharana Jushe Kanchi Deshe. In this area of Kanchi, Viharana Jushe, she is delighting in sporting in the area of Kanchi. Maheshwara Lochana Tritaya Sarasa Krida Saudhanganaya. Maheshwara Lochana, for the eyes of Shiva, Tritaya, there are three eyes, though that is mentioned. Not one eye. He is not satisfied by looking at Devi with one eye. He is using all the three eyes. The third eye, which he never opens, the eye of Agni, also he opens for seeing Devi. Maheshwara Lochana Tritaya, all the three eyes of Maheshwara, Sarasa, very sweet, Krida, very sweetly enjoy, sweet enjoyment, Krida, sporting for that sport. Saudha Angana, yeah, Saudha means mansion, Angana means courtyard. Now Devi's form is the courtyard in the mansion for Shiva's three eyes to sport. Krida Angana. Krida Angana is the area where you play. Saudha Angana, the Angana is inside a mansion. So Krida, Sarasa Krida. It's not just a dry sport, it is an enjoyable sport for Maheshwara, Maheshwara Lochana. So Namo Namaha, I prostrate to the light, the Jyoti, which lights up the abode of the minds of Munis, which is like the slopes of Himagiri, where the Ganga of her sweet words can flow freely, and she is Akshara, Akshara Parabrahman. She is the supreme Paramatma, and she is delighting in sporting in Kanchi Desha, and she is the courtyard in the mansion for Shiva's three eyes to sport very enjoyably. That kind of Devi, I prostrate again and again. Namo Namaha.